Good evening to all my wonderful viewers out there, and welcome back to another Streetwear Talk video, the series where I discuss the latest streetwear releases, I discuss the latest streetwear news, and of course, in the series, well, we just discuss anything to do with streetwear or fashion. Now, in today's video, I'm actually doing something a little bit different. I'm not covering an upcoming release or covering any upcoming news. Basically, I just wanted to have a conversation with you guys about me and the recent Chrome Hearts classic oval star ring that I picked up from Allu, Japan, as over the past week I have now returned it to Allu, Japan. Now, before I start talking about the whole scenario with the Chrome Hearts ring, I've got to talk about something else. I've got to talk about you guys, because you guys have come through once again and helped the channel reach the recent subscriber milestone that I set in the past couple uploads, which was 3,405 subscribers. So I just wanted to take a moment out of this video today to thank both the public and the private subscribers for supporting the channel. Without you guys, I wouldn't have been able to hit 3,400, 3,405. It's crazy. Yeah, I had to come out. Thank you guys. It's awesome to see these milestones being reached. I'll update our little subscriber milestone badge here that we make ourselves at 3,425. That's not going to be the next subscriber milestone that I set though. Because we've hit 3,405, let's see if we can hit 3,410 subscribers before the end of the month. Now, looking at how you guys are already going, with us going past 3,405, I believe in you. I feel like you guys can get it done. But just in case, tell two mates, maybe they'll tell two mates, as it is, and hopefully we can get those last 2 subs that we need to hit that milestone before the end of the month. Okay, yes, let's get into it, guys. There is a lot to be said, and I just thought I'd give you a little update on it all. I would also just quickly like to say, before I get into this update, I'm sorry that I have not been uploading as regularly as I normally do. One of the reasons for that is because both Palace's summer 2022 season and Supreme's spring-summer 2022 season have come to a close. I'm writing up my top 5 favorite pieces from both of those seasons as we speak. I've literally got the notepad and the pen. It's getting done. Don't worry. I have got a couple of other videos that I also want to do, talking about a couple of upcoming sneaker releases. I just got to find the time. Working full-time definitely cuts into your hours, but every single time I finish my full-time shift, come home, I'm always trying to work on the channel as much as I can. So don't worry, that is all coming. But I wanted to provide a recent update with something that happened on the channel recently, and just a progress update of that, which was my recent purchase of the Chrome Hearts classic oval star ring from Allu, Japan. And yeah, I wanted to give you all an update on that one. Yeah, so to roll it all back, to start from the start, so I bought a Chrome Hearts classic oval star ring from Allu, Japan using Zen Market, as Allu doesn't offer international shipping. They do have world shipping as a third-party proxying service that they offer on their website, but I never use those guys because their commission fee for offering a proxy service is 10% of the item's value, which is just bonkers, man. It's a lot of money when you start buying higher priced items. So I went through Zen Market to pick up this ring, as their fee is literally $3. So yeah, they're always just the cheaper alternative. They're lovely people. I've never had an issue with Zen Market, and I've bought heaps of Capital, heaps of Undercover, and a couple Chrome Hearts pieces from Japan through those guys, and never had an issue with them. So that's why I chose to go with Zen Market to buy from Allu this time round. Now, yeah, what happened is I bought the ring. Obviously, it arrived, and upon it arriving and me seeing it in hand, I saw it and I was like, whoa, there's a couple discrepancies here that I'm like, you know, this isn't how it is on all the other rings or all the other classic oval star rings that I've seen. And going through Allu's, you know, past catalog of past Chrome Hearts pieces they've sold, it even looks different to all the other Chrome Hearts classic oval star rings that they've sold in the past. In fact, every single other one that I've seen on their online store, all their other classic oval star ones they've sold, they look way more like your regular classic oval star rings over the one that I originally purchased. Now, probably should have been on me to pick up on those discrepancies before I purchased the actual ring. I guess I just bought with way too much consumer confidence. Like, I went into it, had a look at a couple of the images, saw that it was a size Japanese 24, which is basically my size. I'm either a 23.5 or a 24 for this finger here. So when I saw it was a 24, I just dived straight in. I was like, yep, buying it, forgetting about it until it arrived. But there were some details on it that I noticed initially that I probably should have questioned a lot more. It's just that I saw that it was with Allu Japan, and they sell things like Hermes bags, Rolexes, and things like that. So I thought, you know, Chrome Hearts, kind of down here on the scale when we're talking about luxury brands, right? Like, I think of Rolex and Hermes like way up here. So if they're selling those items, I have a lot of consumer confidence that something like Chrome Hearts would be 100% legit from them, right? Because they're selling way higher tier pieces. So yeah, I bought it without really looking into it too much, when really, like, as soon as I noticed one thing wrong with it, that should have been a massive red flag for me. But it could just be like one of those things where, you know, like, you can never have 100% legitimacy guaranteed on like a business that sells secondhand goods. So I think it's just one of those times where it just gets through, and I just didn't pay enough attention to it to pick it up myself, and I relied too much on the service. So I should have you know, taken my time, gone through the images, you know, done the comparisons with previous ones that they've sold, done comparisons with ones sold outside of Allu and sold by other brands. But yeah, I bought the ring, and it arrived, and obviously there were some discrepancies with it. So I tried to get in contact with Allu Japan about those discrepancies. So I reached out to Allu via their contact email, kind of expecting them not to reply at all, because I don't know, I just feel like a lot of businesses, whenever they have a contact email, they have a contact email just because, and they don't actually use them to get in touch with people. But no, they actually did reply, and in a very timely manner. I gotta say, Allu was on the ball when I was sending them emails. But basically, I had this big email chain with them that went on for like, you know, a couple days, where I just said, hey, I bought one of these items off you, here's the link. I bought it through Zen Market, they bought it on my behalf. I have some concerns about its legitimacy because it looks very different to other Chrome Hearts rings. Well, sorry, not other Chrome Hearts rings, obviously they all look different, but other, you know, Chrome Hearts classic oval star rings that you've sold and everything like that. And I just want some clarification on how you determined it was legitimate, and if you can kind of reassure me on how you determined it's legitimate. And they basically didn't dive into it any further than that. They said, yep, we can see that you purchased it through Zen Market. However, every item that we sell on our store, I'll put up like an email basically, and I'm just going to paraphrase what they said in the email, but you can read it exactly how they sent it to me. But they said, yeah, you know, it's every single item is inspected multiple times by multiple authenticators before it's put up for sale. We've determined it's legitimate, yada, yada, yada. And they, like, yeah, they didn't really give me any chance to present my case. They were just like, there's no way it could be illegitimate because we've, you know, checked it multiple times, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, well, you know, like, I have some concerns. Could you at least hear me out? But yeah, they weren't really giving me any options to showcase my case. So I gave up trying to contact Allu directly, being like, hey, I don't think it's legit, yada, yada, yada. So I went back to Zen Market, the proxying service, honestly expecting nothing at all. Like, I thought, look, it's not on Zen Market to assure the legitimacy of the items purchased through their proxying service at all. They're literally there to just provide the proxying service. So my thoughts on how much Zen Market would actually help me were down here, because I thought, look, they've done everything that they were paid to do, which was just to reship the item to me. So technically it's out of their hands. But nah, man, Zen Market came in with the absolute clutch and just helped me out in every single instance. They were lovely, lovely people to deal with. Yeah, so I messaged them after giving up with Allu saying, hey, I have some concerns about an item that I bought recently. This item, I don't think it's legitimate. I tried to contact the seller directly, but they didn't really want to listen to me. Is there anything we can do? Literally just is there anything we can do? Because as I said, I expected we could do nothing and that it wasn't going to go anywhere past this. But Zen Market was like on the ball. As soon as they had that, they were like, Daniel, okay, that's totally fair enough. Can you give us some type of certificate of authenticity or express your concerns some way, shape or form? And then we'll try and get in contact with the seller and express those concerns on your behalf there. So I advised them that I wouldn't be able to get a certificate of authenticity because I don't live anywhere near a Chrome Heart store, and I don't think I mean, look, I've never been to a Chrome Heart store, so I've never been able to actually find out if they do that. I think they would just look at the piece that you have and then determine if it's real or not from there. But yeah, I basically advised them that the only way that I came to the conclusion that it's a fake was based off my own personal judgment. And they said, oh, okay, look, if you can't get a certificate of authenticity, that's okay. Can you send us some comparison photos showing your concerns? And I was like, absolutely, absolutely, I can do that. So I whipped up a couple comparison images of the ring that I bought and other classic oval star rings. And Zen Market was a little bit confused when I sent them in. They were like, it's not really clear to us on where your concerns lie. You know, the comparison images you made up aren't very good, essentially. So we went back to the drawing board. I tried again. So I used a past classic oval star ring that Allu has sold, one that I think is definitely legitimate. And then I used the images of the one that I bought and compared those. And I gave the link to Zen Market of the second ring that I was using as a comparison. Just to say that, like, I'm not pulling this out of a hat and pulling like random images from anywhere. Like, I'm legitimately using past sales that Allu has done to try and showcase my case here. So after I did the second lot of comparison images with the other classic oval star ring that Allu has sold, Zen Market was like, yep, awesome. We've got in contact with Allu and they said they would like another assessment of the ring that you bought. And I was like, awesome, we're actually getting somewhere with this, because Allu said no initially. Zen Market was really, really helpful throughout the whole process. And we've gotten now to the point where Allu wants to listen, wants to hear my case, that I think that this ring may not be legitimate. And we've really gotten to the most recent part of the story that I have to update y'all, which is just that, yeah, I've sent it off. It's gone. I sent it to Zen Market, as Zen Market wanted it in their warehouse, and then they were going to send it to Allu. But yeah, that is the most current update that I have on the whole situation. That I have now sent it back to Zen Market. Zen Market is going to send it to Allu for another assessment, and Zen Market has advised me that Allu said that if they found this ring to be illegitimate, they of course will refund me the amount that I paid for the ring. My only concerns is that, look, if they didn't want to listen to my case in the first place, and we've gotten to this point now, I don't have a lot of confidence that they're gonna, I guess, believe me or agree with me. Like, if they had such a hard stance initially of like, there's no way it could be illegit, and then I've, you know, gone through this whole process to send it back to them and everything like that, I just don't have a lot of confidence that they'll agree with me. But hey, look, here's hoping, you know. So look, I hope it gets resolved. I hope that they you know, reach out to Zen Market and say, hey, your customer was right, Daniel was right, it is illegitimate. Because because I legitimately feel like it is. Like, looking at all the images and everything, well, looking at the ring in person, comparing it to previous sales that Allu have done from this same ring type, looking at it from other stores, it doesn't look the same. And it's meant to look, I mean, look, we could dive into the comparisons a little bit here, but yeah, it didn't look right at all. And I'll try and get some images up to showcase to you guys like how it just didn't look right. It has the font of the Chrome Hearts on that ring, had the font style that the 2003 Cemetery rings have. And it had the materials and year that it was manufactured swapped around from how all the other classic oval star rings have it. They had it exactly like the classic oval here. So those were some of the big concerns that I instantly saw, was that the engravings were wrong or mismatched. I didn't initially look too far into it when I first bought it. I was like, oh, it is what it is. Maybe it just got swapped around for this one. But then when I actually like deep dived into it and looked at it, I was like, the font's not right for that year, etc., etc. It is sterling silver from what I could tell. The one that I bought was sterling silver. It has the weight to it. It has, you know, the feeling to it, everything like that. So I feel like they did make this ring out of sterling silver. I just don't think it's a legitimate Chrome Hearts one because, yeah, because of those engraving, you know, mismatches. The actual design itself looks a little different from how the design is on many other rings as well, many other classic oval star rings. It's not as, I guess, indented. Also, the back of the ring, the part that you would have here on the palm of your hand, wasn't as thick as a classic oval star, a classic oval ring like this one that I have here. It was too thin. There are a lot of different concerns, and look, if Allu says that this one's fake and I end up further down the line buying a real one, I will definitely do a comparison video on like fake versus real, just to give you guys some idea. But you know, why would you trust this guy? This is the guy that bought the fake one. But, you know, it was all in good faith. Again, I should have paid way more attention. I shouldn't have just bought it because it was my size. And I was like, yeah, I'll lose. 100% reliable. Definitely just going to buy it. I should have paid way more attention to it. But, yeah, that's all I really have to say on the current update. I've sent it back to them. I hope that they agree with my assessment that I don't think it's illegitimate. And I have to thank you guys as well in the comments of my unboxing video, because I had a lot of concerns with it, and you guys basically confirmed my suspicions with it, because you guys have, you know, classic oval star rings out there that you've bought directly from Chrome Hearts and stuff like that. You were very, very helpful in the whole process of it. So, yeah, here's hoping that they, one, determine that it's fake like I guess we did. Two, they refund the money. And three, get a legit one in stock in a size 23.5 or 24. Because I mean, I'd still buy it. Like, this time around, when I'm buying from Allu in the future, I'm definitely going to do a lot more deep diving into the pieces before I pick them up, just to ensure that they are real. But yeah, if they do, you know, bring up a size 23.5 and 24 that you know, looks legit to me, I would definitely pick it up. I'm hoping that Rinken will get one in and I can just go through Rinken. It's just a bit of a struggle trying to get into the brand when you're living very far away from a store itself, and you have to rely on the secondary market to pick it up. But yeah, I thought I'd just do a video today going over the current updates. That's the most current update. Hopefully it all goes okay and it all gets resolved there. Yeah, well, that's really all I have to say about the latest update, guys. It's kind of a bummer because I was keen to tick this one off my list. You know, tick the classic oval star ring off my list to say, yeah, popped it, all good, don't ever have to worry about it again because I've now got it. Now I've got to go hunting again for a bloody US 11. US 11, which is a Japanese 23.5, but it looks like I can also go up to a 24. Yeah, it's bit of a nightmare. What'll happen if Allu says it is legit and I'm wrong again? Well, yeah, I guess they'll send the ring back to me, and I'll be rocking a Fugazi one for a while until I find a real one that I can pick up. But with the current market, it's pretty bad on the secondary market as well. Like, I would love a little bit of a beaten up one for a good price, but people are charging a lot of money for second-hand ones these days as well. So we'll just have to see. I'm hoping for the best. I mean, I gave them comparison images and everything, so I feel like they should, you know, they should accept that, but I don't know, man. Let's see how it all plays out. Yeah. And then maybe Rinkin will have one in stock, but maybe not in my size. I'll just have to keep my eyes out. So if you guys see a classic oval star ring in a US 11 for like a good price, you know, not too expensive, definitely send it my way. Or even if you find one that is expensive, send it my way. In a US 11, I'd be interested because, yeah, I still obviously want the ring. I'd love to add it to this hand and have, you know, the classic oval star ring, and then have the symmetry ring on my thumb, but yeah, gonna go hunting for them. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything that's happened so far. I have nothing but praise for Zen Market for listening to my my case, and it's a bit annoying that Allu didn't want to listen initially, but you know, happy to hear that they listened to what Zen Market had to say on my behalf at least. So at least that's going somewhere. Yeah, and please, if you have any US 11 ones that you can find for me, hey, drop them in that comment section below as well. And of course, guys, if you guys want me to keep covering, you know, I guess any updates that I have to do with this story, or any upcoming streetwear releases, or upcoming sneaker releases in particular, just give me the 3 indicators I always ask from you, which is a like on this video, a comment in that comment section down below, and the best indicator of them all, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to hit the subscriber milestone that I mentioned at the start of this video of 3,410 subs. We are very, very close. You know, you tell 2 mates, they tell 2 mates, we could definitely hit it in no time. I mean, I think we could do it. Hopefully, with your guys' continuous support, we can reach 3,410 before the end of July. That's all I've really got to say, guys. That is all the current updates to do with the ring. It's been sent off. I don't know if it's landed at Zen Market yet. They said there is a delay at the moment sending things overseas in Australia, so probably going to be a little while until it's actually received at Zen Market. But hey, look, once it is, you know, any further updates that I have, I'll definitely keep you guys posted. Hopefully we can get this all resolved, and then I can, I don't know, spend the money that I spent on the ring on some undercover or some capital or something, or maybe another Chrome Hearts piece. If there's actually some other Chrome Hearts pieces out there that I like, that either Allu is selling or Rinkin is selling, I'd pick those up. So yeah, we'll just have to see how it all plays out, but I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on the whole thing, or the whole situation at the moment, down in that comment section below. But until the next Chrome Hearts video, until the next unboxing video, until the next streetwear talk video in general, guys, I'll catch you later.